Good Tuesday morning. I saw it stutter there for a second, so that's the reason for my stutter, if it shows up. Good Tuesday morning again. Back to work day for everybody, including myself. Unfortunately, our 3-day weekend flew by. Didn't get done a lot of the things I wanted to or thought about getting done. Didn't write that review. I could have wrote it last night, but I'm gonna spend more time with this at a Corsa. Because when I was watching the replay of the hot lap that we did at Riverside. Nice drawing the blank on the track that we run more than any other. Though High Banks, this is the first time we've ever actually been on it because it's the most accurate of all the versions of Riverside in the sim world. No dating back to GPL. This is supposed, according to him, which I'd have to take his word for it since he's been there, that this is the most accurate version. Anyway, when I was watching that replay, I swore I heard birds chirping in some of the quiet parts where you couldn't hear the car coming or passing or whatever on the screen. You know, there's a couple shots in the replay in the cameras where it's, you know, shows the car, it's a far angle and shows the car coming. You can't hear it yet. And I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again to be certain. But if that's the death of the death of realism that sim has, I really wish I had a computer earlier to get it, because just hearing birds chirping is unreal. That's something I've never seen in any other sim, heard actually in any other sim. Even GTR 2, Race On, Race 07, R Factor. I don't even think R Factor. I only have the demo version of R Factor 2, but I have never heard birds, chirping like there would be, you know, like that. It's kind of wild to me, anyway. Um, he posted up a lot of hot laps. Highbank did yesterday, and one of them, which one was it? I don't remember now. I was thinking something earlier, but now I forgot. Imagine that. I forgot something. Um, the availability of a set of courses stuff is really sad too. It should be done way more. Maybe because it's so complicated and so detailed that there's not a lot available for it. But I did download a Indianapolis 4-track pack, and unfortunately that's the first track pack I've downloaded, or track I've downloaded for a set of Corsa that does not work. It won't show up in the track list, sadly. Um, you know, that's sad, because, you know, Indianapolis is, you know, one of the oldest tracks in the world, so having that there would have been a great deal, but not a deal breaker for me anyway, because, you know, oval racing is getting kind of boring. You know, we're doing a lot of hot lapping and solo runs, and oval tracks is kind of boring. And a couple of race ones we did were, you know, exciting to a point, and then something bad happens and they become boring. Or the AI just isn't rated to go right, and it's slow and it's not worth racing. I'm really enjoying what we're doing with the hot lapping. We need to do a lot more road courses. Maybe cut down the ovals a little bit. You know, because like I was talking to High Bank yesterday, and I do them in 10 minutes. It takes me 10 minutes to. I go out there, put the setup in, throw down the laps, call it done. I don't even worry about the ovals that much anymore. I just knock them out. I like the road courses. One, they're more of a challenge. I'll run, you know, a lot more laps there and get the challenge, you know, as best as I can. Push the car as hard as I can. I was testing a track for him for a buddy of his, and I was pushing hard and went off the racing surface and found all kinds of invisible walls all over the outside of the track, you know, about 12 foot off the track. Yeah, it's kind of far to be pushing it to go off track and finding invisible walls. Full damage is cool in R Factor. If you've not done it, do it. Car parts are flying everywhere. Tires are rolling down the track. You know, it's kind of cool. I did an Indy car at Indianapolis. I had the 2016 Indy cars. That's the newest one for our factory that's available, and that's supposedly still just the beta. Um, and I did wreck that once, and watching tires fly and bounce down the track. That's kind of cool. I mean, it's in real life it's not, but in the sim, watching parts fly off of cars and scatter down the track and tires bouncing away, and yeah, it's kind of cool. But you know, I digress because that doesn't happen in NASCAR Racing 2003. Parts come off, but tires don't. They just cripple up inside the fender and say they're off. But actually seeing the tire bounce down the track is kind of cool. And the parts sit there for a second or two. Unlike an R2K, as soon as they fly off, they're pretty much gone. I'm gonna see what happens in a race. Well, maybe one of these days is for S&Gs. Get in front of a pack of cars and crash and see what happens to the parts, especially the tires. If another car hits it and causes more havoc, like in real life, that would be kind of cool. I'm not a big wreck fan, but I don't like watching wrecks. But it's just seeing what the limits of the sim is pretty cool. Also in the Assetto Corsa, when I was testing the Porsche 911 there at Watkins Glen Classic Long. I did push one of the corners a little hard and wrecked the car. I was expecting parts to fall off, but what I wasn't expecting was the glass to break. That's, again, something I've not seen in any other sim. I keep going back to the Assetto Corsa. If you don't have it, you got a machine to run it, get it. It's worth it. Just for the damage. Seriously. And parts fly off of that and go flying. The glass cracking. That was mind-boggling in itself. Just deny it, hon. Yeah, that's my phone. So that just for that is pretty cool. On another note, if you don't know what a rhetorical question is, stay out of the shout box. That's just ridiculous. I mean, rhetorical is rhetorical. Everybody knows that. But somebody's got to be a dumbass. And say, no questions are allowed. Well, you know what? It wasn't a question. It was rhetorical. It was to see if you knew what whatever. But it just irritated me this morning when I saw that. Somebody just thinks they have to be a smart ass. But that's okay. Be a smart ass. I'll just bang it from the shout box. I have that power. That's one of the few powers I have, and I will do it. Plain and simple. Okay, so enough of that. So we got another probably work Saturday this week too, because they'll put that up on Wednesday. We'll go back to overtime on Wednesday, and then Wednesday they'll post Saturday, and back to 50 plus hours a week next week. Won't leave me a lot of time for fun, but we'll try to get as much done as we can. But that's the working world for you. This blog will be up usually by 11 o'clock on noon Eastern Standard Time, 11 Central, 10 Pacific, and 9 Pacific, 10 Mountain, whatever. 11 o'clock my time. Well, I'll try to have it up every day by that time. Do my best, because there's stuff I always have to get done anyway before I go to work. Like eating. Yeah. Gotta eat before I go to work. That would be a good thing to do. Anyway, like I said, the hot lapping, that's the nod. Links all over my YouTube page, www.thenotracing.net. Get the hot lapping. If you're a painter, it's a great way of showing off your paints. That was the rhetorical question. Did you know hot lapping was a great way to show off your paints? Rhetorical. Anyway, um, excuse me again. Anyway, get you some hot lapping. Get a Seto Corsa if you can run it. Get R Factor. It's on Steam, and I think it's like 10, $15. If you know any other way of getting it, let me know. Of course, I have another way of getting it, but um, I'm seeing guys are having problems with that type of install, so Steam's probably the best way to go to back up your files. If you have not been running it for 11 years, like I've been running it, I know how to fix problems with it. So go to Steam. I don't think it's more than $15 there. Get it there. That way you can always use their file integrity when you have a problem, and they'll fix it for you. Yeah. Get well. R Factor 2's on there too. So there you go. Get that there too. I'm gonna get that sooner or later. Hopefully before the end of summer. Anyway, smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast.